always roll ones, dude.
I roll ones too.
You roll ones?
I roll ones.
Well, the question is, what do we do about it?
Welcome to Frost and Fist. I am Freak. I play the Imperial Fist, and as always, I'm accompanied by my good friend.
I am Methos and your wolf brother from the Silver Moon Space Wolves.
Oh! I had to do that. Anyway, guys, welcome back to another awesome episode of Frost and Fist. Exciting topic to talk to you about, and it's about dice theory. Yeah. It's going to be a lot of fun. And there's a reason why we're talking about it, and of course it was probably due to our most recent games. I know for me, I had a little hard time. Methos?
Well, I know if you'll go back and watch our battle report down in the link below, you'll see him, and he starts off the game kind of strong, but around turn 2 he starts throwing a lot of ones and he starts having a bad time.
Right. When Wolf Cavalry is charging from behind, chewing your rear end of the dreadnought, and then just out of the blue, the other dreadnought goes pow and shoots him right in the crotch.
Right in the freaking crotch.
Right in the groin. That's not good. It's time for some change.
And even the next day, I called him that Monday. He was still upset about those dice rolls.
Yep.
And, you know, it's easy to feel frustrated when the dice turn against you, right? Dice turn against me all the time. If you look back at my most recent battle report with Raz, I threw a lot of ones, and for the Eldar, the dice were throwing hot, and there were a lot of rending hits that put an end to the Space Wolves that day.
Right. So the question is, what can we do about it?
When he called me up that Monday, venting and kind of frustrated with how his luck was running, I said, brother, you've got to bless your dice.
He did. As a matter of fact, at first I thought, bless my dice? That sounds crazy. That just might work. So
I told him about a bonding ritual that we use in my RP group. And by bonding ritual, I don't mean I asked him to be my warder. By the way, extra cool points. Give yourself 50 cool points down in the comments below if you get that reference. But this kind of bonding ritual was for bonding to your dice.
Right. I'm not talking about taking your dice and hugging them really tightly. No.
That could be your bonding ritual.
It's a little weird, but okay.
But for this, we were talking about, there's magic is about energy, they say, right? And so for in our RP group, we play a lot of fantasy games, a lot of games that involve magic. And right now we're especially playing Dresden.
Ooh.
And we talk about there's a lot of talk about magic, and in the Dresden File novels, he talks how basically magic is energy plus belief, right? And so a ritual we've gotten to do with our dice when we role play, and this has gone through all our games: Dresden, Dragon Age, Stormfinder, a lot of them, even Star Wars. When dice roll bad, we decide we need to enchant them, we need to bless them, and so we go through certain rituals, something that's going to tie the dice to us and make it a part of us. So we've got surprise. We have a lot of drinkers in our role-playing group, and so a lot of the guys put the dice in the cup and fill their cup with their favorite alcoholic beverage. Got whiskey drinkers, rum drinkers. I myself prefer a local beer called Shiner Bock, made in Texas.
Texas, baby!
It is a dark brew with lots of flavor. Hashtag not sponsored, but wouldn't say no. Huh? But I take my favorite beer and I put them in with my dice, and I drain the cup. And at the end,
you do what?
The dice are down below, and they're blessed and ready to go.
Indeed. Now, it's been a while since you've done that, right?
It has been a while. Some of the other ways, there's some ladies in our role-playing group.
Ladies. Hello, ladies.
Some of these lovely ladies, like my beautiful wife, Mrs. Kashranada, they decided to bless their dice by carrying them for a while, usually an RP session. They carry their dice in their corsets and bras because, as we all know, breasts are magic.
Boobies!
There's a lot of magic there, and you know what? They really do roll better when they come out.
I bet they do.
And by that same token, there was the reason why I choose Shinerbot is because when I'm drinking my favorite beer, I'm having a good vape, and I'm role playing with my best friends, and I'm having a good time. That to me is an awesome RP or gaming moment.
It's a good good environment or just a good setting, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It sets the mood.
So I want to capture that moment and that essence in that cup, and that's what I'm trying to do with that dice. So
funny that you said that, because when you called me and said, brother, I know you were kind of down because of that game, and I said, well, yeah, I've never rolled so many ones in the game ever. And it's typically you're the one that's rolling the ones.
I am rolling ones a lot of the time.
Yeah, so it was like, no. And matter of fact, if you know, look at our game, go back to our game, and you'll see I'm blown away that he's admitting, he's just like, I never rolled sixes. I always roll ones. He said it out of his mouth.
If you ask anyone in our entire store who rolls the most ones, they'll say Methos right away.
This guy, they call it the curse of Methos for a reason. And that's why we're here to do some changes. So I decided to do something different.
So what was your bonding ritual?
Glad you asked. Well, first, thought it was crazy. But then I thought, I am crazy. So I'm going to do this. So I decided to do something different. All right, for me, I was thinking, well, I would like to get the essence of my dice to be a part of me, and something that I enjoy so much to be a part of my dice. So what better than my favorite beverage, good hot cup of espresso.
That seems like the perfect bonding tool to you. Get some hyper ass, caffeinated, ready to go dice.
Oh yeah, I love, and these are beans, whole beans. I'm bougie. And I will say, so what I did was I took some nice raw beans, and we're going to show you some photos of my actual ritual. I did this, guys, because I'm telling you, when you roll that bad, you got to do something.
And he thought it sounded crazy at first. I'm telling you, once he actually got going and said, I've got the perfect thing, the espresso, and he got excited about it, he was sending me pictures every step of the way. He was into it.
Not the dirt. Okay, yeah, right, the pictures of the, right. And so I sent them those pictures, and those were amazing. So I'm going to show those real quick, and we're going to talk you through them. So the first one that we'll show you is, of course, the coffee beans.
Right.
Okay, these are actual, true, whole coffee beans. They're espresso beans, so they're nice and dark, delicious. Goodness. And so I went ahead and ground them up really nice and fine. I have an espresso machine, and so the next couple of pictures you'll see me putting them into the espresso cup itself. Tamp it up really good, put it into the machine, let it rip, and out comes that delicious goodness. Now, meantime, while it's doing that, I put all 6 of my beautiful yellow and black dice into my espresso cup, waiting for that delicious beverage.
Those are the ones that used to be Farkle dice, right?
Shut up.
I was just asking.
Yeah.
But now they're yellow and black Imperial Fist dice.
My little girl's not going to miss them. But yes, they're tough Imperial Fist dice. Now, so then the next scene you're going to see in the next picture is that me pouring the hot, delicious beverage into the cup all the way to the rim. Now, you don't even see the dice until I start drinking its essence. Oh, that was such a good cup of espresso. Oh, nice and strong. It grew hair in my chest and I ripped them. No, I'm just kidding.
Espresso's good stuff.
Yeah, it is. It's lovely. I love it. So after I was done, I did not rinse off my dice. So then I decided that at that time, actually before I drank the espresso, I wrote a nice little blessing that I would like to read out to you. Hold.
All right, we're back.
So I wanted to read you the blessing that I actually wrote. It took me a little time to find it because it's been a while since I did it, about a month ago. And what I did was I actually spoke it over my dice in my dining room, actually my kitchen area. Now, bear with me because I actually had nice hardwood floor in the area and make it nice and echoey, so I decided to throw in my very cool theatrical voice. And it sounded a little like this. I'm going to read it to you about the way I did it there, okay? You ready?
Ready.
Are you holding on to something? Because it's, oh yeah. Okay, here we go. As I pour upon thee my best from the bean, blessing upon you with luck unseen, I now drink thine essence, empowered I be. Mother of fortune, guide me to see. And then I had to pee really bad because I drank the coffee. So
Cool stuff. And that's the way a lot of the RPers in my group do it. Some of them say a blessing over their favorite drink as they try and capture the moment. Some let it happen throughout the night, sipping away at that drink. But either way, you know, it's a moment to bond with their dice, and it's pretty cool. I'm going to go ahead. My dice haven't been blessed in a while. I'm about 2 more tonight, so I need to go ahead and do that. While we chat about the subject, I'm going to go ahead and bless my dice. So
awesome. All right,
here,
so I'm excited.
You can see this awesome Fox Cup.
Oh, it's awesome.
My brother Roxas picked up for me. Thank you so much, Roxas. You are awesome, dude. He just randomly came to the game shop tonight with this cup, said that it would be perfect for me. And great guy, great guy. So, I'm going to take my dice. You'll notice I use all shiny metal dice, and we'll talk more about that as we go on. And they are going to go in the cup.
There they go. Wow.
Lay them in as gently as possible. I don't want to damage the cup.
Yeah, people messed up.
I'm not sure whether or not I should use my scatter dice.
Do it, man.
Because
it's been bad.
Everybody uses my scatter dice.
Yeah, you need to clean it up.
Then, Shiner Bock. My favorite nectar. Freak, only an alcoholic drinks alone. Would you mind joining me in a sip? In a chug? Because we have a rule. New drinks, new clinks. And for those of you wondering, did he clean those dice before he put them in his cup? I'll let you decide. You can see I do not have my bartender pour going on. I'm not trying to mitigate the head in any way. I would never try and mitigate head on the beer.
Right.
Anyways. All right. And some have a very magical or very dramatic, very cool saying. Mine is a little more simple. Mine is a blessing from Persona 3. They're actually words of bonding in the RPG series Persona. So, as I take from my cup, all I say right over it is, I am thou, and thou art I. If you're a fan of the series as well, let us know in the comments below. Nothing like a good bock.
Cheers, my friend.
Cheers.
So, while he's chugging down his dice, by the way, it's going to be really bad for your colon, I'm just saying. Wanted to talk to you about some other dice theories that other people may have, and you might have some as well. And by the way, if you do, I'd like you to share that with us. One of the first ones is there are people that are absolute sticklers that refuse to have... Oh, by the way, let me just ask you this question. Will you let anybody touch your dice after you bless them?
Hell no, they're my dice.
That's exactly right. A lot of people will refuse another person to touch their dice, especially after it's been blessed. And we find it very interesting because, you know, here you got your dice and you're rolling them, and all of a sudden somebody reaches over to try to grab them. Oh, you know what? My dice on the other side of the table. I'm just going to reach over and grab yours out of convenience. And you're like, man, if you touch my dice, I will murder your family.
Oh, hell no.
Did I just do that?
You did that a little too well.
My neck.
You know, it's funny that you mentioned that because one of our local guys here at the shop, and actually one of my brothers from another mother, we have one of my best friends since I moved to Texas. His name is Cloud. And he is some kind of luck demigod or luck siphon or something. He's known as the man of extreme luck. He either has extremely great luck or extremely bad luck, and there's no in the middle.
It's like a vortex.
But he can siphon it. He can actually tell you he's going to take some of your luck, and if he touches your dice or touches you, you start rolling like crap.
And you shrivel.
But if he tells you he touches one and he says roll that one, you're going to roll a 6. I don't know how he does it. It's not just me. He does it to people, and somehow it's like he really does control luck. Dude might be magic.
He might be magic. That's kind of freaky.
Or demonic.
We need.
You know, he likes to play these characters in our RPs that are like half holy, half dark.
Come out to. Oh.
Also, he played Knights of the Old Republic like that. He wanted to be a gray Jedi, and there was this one time he was getting a little too blue, a little too light Jedi. So instead of rescuing like this little Asian family, he turned them into the Sith and slaughtered them.
That's sweet.
A whole family.
That is so sweet.
Just because he was a little too good.
That is so wonderful.
You know, halfway between light and darkness.
Yeah, the psychopath.
Apparently that's where the magic's at for luck.
We're going to try that. Okay, so the next one that we found was, and this is a really unusual one. You tell us if you do this. They will actually take their dice and build them up into a pyramid. Oh, with all the 6s pointing up. So, kind of interesting because they're basically saying that they're building a pyramid to the dice gods.
And I don't build any pyramids, but I do believe Lady Luck or dice gods or something is at work there, because let me tell you, even though they say the average odds are rolling 4s, right? And for every one there's a 6. Indeed. I'm not sure I see it. But I do believe that fate or luck or lady luck or whatever, dice gods, has some kind of pull, because
Lady luck.
if I have really good luck throughout the week, when it comes to game night, I'm going to throw 1s. Lots and lots of 1s. But there have been plenty of times where I've been feeling real down and had shitty luck. And then all of a sudden, I'm hot on game night. So, you know, it's like luck balancing itself out for me. Let me tell you, I had the best weekend of my life this summer, or one of them, when I went to see my favorite band in the world, Season of Ghosts, live in concert, and got to meet them and have personal chats with them. Great, one of the best weekends of my life ever. And I came back and played against the Tau, and that was the night I rolled 49 1s in a single night. We counted them up.
Wow. So you used up all of your luck, all of your awesomeness and the karma and everything in one brief moment.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it was a whole weekend, but
pretty much. But your dice said, you know what? I've got nothing left for you.
Oh yeah, my dice were empty for like 2 weeks.
Oh.
That's okay. Hashtag worked.
So the next one, and tell me what you think about this one. Only rolling specific colored dice. Like for me, I roll with yellow and black. No, I don't know why. It just boggles my mind. Said no idea why. Yellow and black.
You know, I've seen that a lot. A lot of people, they have very thematic, dice. Like for Imperial Fist, rolling yellow and black. Darklight Dreamer, my brother Raz, rolls only the purple and blue dice you see. They're like a swirly, magic-y kind of color. And he only uses that because he feels his Eldar are full of magic. But I've seen a lot of people, whatever game they're playing, they want dice specifically to that color. I don't do it in Warhammer, but right now I said we're currently playing the Dresden Files, and when I'm rolling, I either use red hot fire dice for my summer night, or my summer night also be having the gift of life, using green to represent the green gift of making plants grow and vines and all kinds of life.
Awesome. That's pretty cool. Another one that is very, very common, I see it a lot here at our own game store, is where they speak to the dice as a common practice, sometimes begging them to roll 6s. And I've seen it, they're like, come on, 6s, roll 6s. Even to the point of just going to the total polar opposite of threatening their dice to either throw them in the freezer or even worse.
I don't want to be threatened with being thrown in the freezer. But you know what? I have seen a man mutilate some dice.
What?
Yeah. Another one of my brothers named Daz. He actually will test his dice to see if he has any betrayers.
Ooh, how would he do that?
Well, there's a test out there called the saltwater dice test. And basically, you take some water, you want warm water, and you're going to want a whole canister of salt or more, maybe 2 canisters.
That's very scientific.
You're going to need a lot more salt than you think you need, and you're going to keep stirring that salt in until you see it settling at the bottom, and then stir in more, because what you're doing is you want to make the water nice and thick.
Oh,
and
so you increase the salinity then.
Right, and so you're going to make it more able to carry the weight of the dice. Now, while it's all suspended in that salt water, you keep poking at it, and if it keeps rotating to the same number or 2, then you've got a balance problem, and you've probably got air pockets on the inside.
Whoa.
Very common problem with plastic dice.
Oh, that's pretty cool. So tell me about your brother. What does he do after he finds out that there's a pocket?
Well, fair warning, and not to call anybody out, but we have noticed that the nice, beautiful, color swirly Chessex dice seem to have, in our test, the most amount of air pockets and bubbles. And after about 7 years of working in the plastics industry, it's my thought process that the melding and swirling of the 2 colors probably is what causes the air pockets.
You worked in the plastic industry?
Yeah, for about 7 years.
Cal, do you know how many miniatures we could have?
I know, I got out of the wrong field.
Oh.
But yeah, it could be when those colors are swirling. Could be when those air pockets forming. They look great, don't get me wrong. But I've noticed that several of my dice and dice of people I know have found air pockets in those dice. Now, when he takes them out, when he finds a betrayer, he takes it out to a stump in his yard that he calls the dice graveyard. And he puts it on the stump, and he takes up a hatchet and cleaves it in 2.
That sounds wonderful.
But it lets him see the air pockets, or sometimes even you'll be able to see unmelted pieces of plastic on the inside.
I can see that. I can definitely see that.
That just didn't get quite the right heat treatment,
Right.
or didn't mix correctly.
It's supposed to be absolutely solid, solid resin or plastic, whatever they're made of.
And he can actually see the physical presence of the betrayal. And then, afterwards, he keeps the dice in the graveyard.
Moving on.
Right?
So the next thing that we found is where people believe that there's a special way of rolling, and Methos will demonstrate that. And sometimes it's either from the palm, or it could be by the fingers. So Methos, would you please demonstrate, my friend?
The palm.
Oh, and you rolled a
That
2.
was too slow.
Right? Oh,
A 1.
you better put that thing.
I rolled another one.
Yep.
I'm not done blessing the dice.
That's right.
yet.
Right. It needs to cook some more.
Sometimes by the hand.
Do it. There it is.
5.
5.
Okay, the blessing may be helping. And then there's the semi-popular drop and spin.
The flip, yeah. There you go. There you go. It's a 4. That's a hit. Oh, a 6, baby. Blessing is working. Put that sucker back in there. Don't take it out. Drink, 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 you fool. Drink. Awesome. So,
Indeed.
the next one is the guy who likes to warm up his dice. Are you that kind of guy?
The long dice roll.
Long dice roll. Almost sounds like a little chipmunk just going nuts.
You've seen that guy. You may be that guy.
Yeah.
But some people, they take forever rolling the dice. Like,
You're like, come on!
some people do the shake forever.
Come on!
Some people do the,
Oh,
all right,
roll already!
any day now. Any day now.
That's actually pretty good. we may have to try that one. So, and it's true. I mean, even though it can be annoying, a lot of people do it. Like, wow. So, hey, what can you do, right?
But people feel a certain kind of way about the way they roll the dice. They will not change for you.
That's so true. That's so true. You might even say, hey, why don't you roll a certain way? And they're like, no, I'm going to fight you. What? Why? Okay.
Simmer down.
What else? Oh, this actually happened to me. And I'm left-handed. So I always roll with my left hand. Always. Not exclusively, because there are times when I find that if I'm rolling with my left hand and I'm not getting good rolls, I will suddenly change my hand and say, to heck with it, I'm going to try with the opposite hand, and poof, I'll get a good roll. And I'm like, yes, that concept worked for whatever reason.
So in the words of Maxwell Smart, the old switcheroony.
Yeah, and I did. I denied my dominant hand. I said, no, dominant hand, I will not continue with your services. And I put them aside, and I use this hand.
I don't have that exact habit, but I'll do the switcheroony with dice. If I have thrown the same 2 dice and I've rolled ones on my armor saves 3 times in a row, or sometimes even twice in a row, sometimes really stubborn and maybe 5 times in a row, but these same 2 dice have been giving you ones, they're going to the side now for the rest of the night. I've used up the luck in those dice, and I'll reach for 2 more.
Parking them.
Now some people will carry that to the extreme and they'll just go buy new dice.
Oh, that's true. They'll either throw their old dice away, poor little dice,
or it just goes to the bottom of the dice bag. Never to see the light of the day again.
Just help me, I'm here all alone.
Sometimes I'll ask people like, hey man, what about those colored dice? They look pretty awesome. I don't roll those anymore.
They're sitting there screaming, help us. We're so alone.
Hey, some people take it to the extreme.
Help.
And now a couple of things that Nick covered. That, by the way, if you haven't seen Nick's video on dice, please go check that out in the description below.
It is awesome.
But not trying to copy, but I did notice a couple things I wanted to talk about also got covered by Nick, and I thought that was pretty awesome.
We're copying.
So, some called shots on numbers. Now, I have seen so many people, especially when you're having that sweat-heavy, make-it-or-break-it moment, you got bullets coming out of your brow.
Bullets.
And they're like, you need them to fail an armor save or fail a hit or a wound. You need them to fail.
So
and sometimes the odds are even in your favor. They're like, that's okay, because I'm about to make this 6-up feel no pain.
Boom!
What? He made it. How did that happen? But it seems like when they call it like that and everything's on the line, they make it.
It's almost like a psychic blast.
And it could be. In fact, that same power of positivity kind of thing is the same reason why I have gotten to in my games. I always call numbers when I go throw. Awesome. If I need to roll my armor save, my invul save, I'm like 3 up. I'll call it. And in this case, I may make it, I may not. I got a 4 and a 2, so, halfway there. Just like living on a prayer. Anyways.
Whoa.
But I've gotten to the habit of doing that. I've gotten to the habit of doing it for luck, that power of positivity, but also because I'm letting my opponent know what the requirements I'm looking for are when I'm rolling. So I'm kind of doing it for being polite and being courteous to my opponent, but I'm also doing it because I'm really, really trying hard to will the dice to roll that 3 up. The other thing I wanted to bring up that he also mentioned is trademark rolls. And by trademark rolls, I mean is that there are some rolls that certain people will always make, or some rolls that some people will always fail. For me, if we're playing Warhammer, I will always fail the armor rolls. I don't care if I have a 2 up, a 3 up, whatever I have. I got invuls, I got storm shields. I'm gonna roll 1s.
These are the signature rolls.
Yeah, those are the ones that I'm known for throwing a lot of 1s for. It's like, hey, Methos won't make any saves anyways. So
but that's why we're doing the blessing today.
Of course.
So hopefully we can report that that's changing.
Honestly, I don't know if it's just my perception of things, but when I do the blessing every once in a while, usually twice a year, I do roll better for a little while. So, that not making armor saves is something that is definitely trademarked to me. But hitting with the sword, especially when we're doing a role-playing game, for some reason I'll miss my martial arts and my magic, but if I go to hit something with a sword, I almost always crit. My wife, she can sneak like nobody's business, like a boss.
Ninja.
Now, like when we were playing Dragon Age, we would ask her to sneak, and she would roll, usually with a target number of 20, she would almost always roll 30. So we used to joke around that even the maker doesn't know where she is. Now, in any game, since we've started, since we've been married, we've RP'd about 5-6 games together. In no game has she ever been able to make a willpower check.
Oh.
I cannot tell you how many times she has become the boss in a fight, tried to kill the party, almost gotten killed because she stayed behind for loot.
Leroy!
She cannot make willpower rolls to save her life.
Yeah.
So everybody's got something that they're good at. And then one more call out. My brother Kane, another favorite from the RP group, he is known in the group for killing his teammates. Not intentionally, but the man will almost always roll some severe ones when rolling to hit in an RP game. He rolls those ones, and so the way the GM usually interprets it, that was such a bad fail. I'm going to roll a dice. Okay, you just shot Methos in the back of the head. So... sorry, Kane. Love you. You're a TKer. But those are some of the trademark roles that we have in our group.
That's awesome.
And then from a technical perspective...
right. Finally, you guys know me as the techie guy, but besides the fist guy.
He's a very technical fist.
I'm a very technical... What? So... I do love technology, not as much as you use, but I do like technology a lot. And I do the cameras, I do all this computer stuff, it's a lot of fun. And of course, you've got those that don't roll real dice. You've seen those guys, and you may be one of those. Digital dice. Okay, so I am all about randomness being generated by ones and zeros. That's all good. But for me, personally, even though I'm a technical savvy guy, I still like the feel of tangible dice in my hand, and just having that right there. And I feel better that there will be more of an essence of randomness in that palm of my hand than I think would probably be in, I mean, I could be wrong. I mean, yeah, you can have perfect randomness on a computer program. That's great. But again, it's just having that tangible asset right there.
Something about the feel of the dice in your hands. And almost in a way, if you want to get a little philosophical about it, having a certain fate in your hands.
Exactly. It's a connection. It's a connection. It's a connection.
Now, it has been useful when we go to A-Kon. And A-Kon is an anime convention here in Texas. It's one of the biggest in the U.S. and it is my favorite. And we go every year. And when we're role playing from a hotel, the hotel room, in the middle of the night, it is definitely an easy way to not have to pack up a bunch of extra junk and still get a game in. Cool. So there's some certain applications where an app could definitely do the job.
Well, sure. I mean, I think if you have a low, I guess what I'm trying to say, it's more like just a small game, I guess, if you will.
Right.
Something not very, very big. Because if you're going to a tournament, especially a Warhammer for a 40K tournament, or even a game amongst friends, I mean, the last thing you want to do is, okay, let me pull up my dice, and you start pulling up dice out of your smartphone. You're gonna get some looks. At least you better get some looks, because really, man, come on, what? You can't afford some dice? I'll buy them for you. There's a couple of bucks. Come on, don't buy GW, buy something else.
And this has been our thoughts on dice theory. Thanks for checking in with us and seeing how we roll. So let us know down in the comments below if you have any dice theories you want to share with us. And if you like this video, either take your fist or grab an axe and smash that like button in the name of the Emperor. And if you are not yet subscribed to us,
do it.
This Wolf Brother would love to have you as part of the pack here on the Frost and Fist. But until the next time, do me a favor,
Stay frosty.